Snow crunched under my boots. The night air cut through my coat like glass. But the sound that froze me wasn't the wind. It was my daughter's breath, trembling in short, shallow bursts. She stood outside the house. No coat, no blanket. Just her thin dress pressed against her skin, hair tangled with flakes of snow, lips blue from the cold. Behind her, through the windows, firelight glowed warm and golden. Her husband's family raised their glasses, laughing, toasting. The sound was muffled but unmistakable. Comfort, celebration, belonging. And there she was, outside. I walked toward her slowly, every step echoing louder inside my head than the storm around me. "Why are you out here?" I asked. Her eyes darted toward the window, then back at me. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. The silence said enough. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Later, inside, the excuses began. Her husband smiled too easily, poured me a drink too quickly. His mother greeted me with exaggerated warmth, as though trying to erase what I had just witnessed. But I couldn't. I watched my daughter from across the room. She sat near the fire now, but the warmth didn't reach her eyes. She looked down, hands folded, jaw tight. I tried to catch her gaze, but she avoided mine. I spoke little that evening. I only observed. The husband's hand lingered too long on the arm of another woman, his cousin, they said. The cousin laughed, cheeks flushed, eyes glowing with a familiarity that should have been reserved for my daughter. And when my daughter reached for his hand, he pulled it away. Subtle, but deliberate. Every gesture was a crack in the picture. Every smile a mask stretched too thin. Something lived in those shadows. A betrayal. I could feel it breathing against the back of my neck. The days after, I acted calm, measured. But beneath, I was already hunting. I started with the phone records. Small things. Numbers that appeared too often. Calls placed late at night. The same contact saved under different names. I noticed patterns. Silence where there should have been noise. Next, the financial slips. Purchases that didn't align. Jewelry not gifted to my daughter. Hotel reservations disguised as business trips. Each discovery tightened the rope around my chest. I kept my face still when I visited, smiled when required, asked simple questions with a tone soft enough to pass unnoticed. But inside, I dissected every word, every look. When I hugged my daughter, I felt the stiffness in her body, the fear in her silence. She was protecting something, or someone, but not herself. I ordered the test in secret. DNA. A quiet swab from the child who called him father. I told no one, and I waited. The envelope arrived one morning, thin, harmless at first glance, but heavy in my hands. I opened it slowly, each tear deliberate, as though rushing would contaminate the truth inside. The words were clinical, absolute, undeniable. Not his child. I sat in silence. No breath, no movement. Just the sound of my own pulse echoing against the walls. That evening, I visited again. Sat across from him at the table. He poured me wine, smiling as though nothing in the world could touch him. I slid the envelope across the wood. "Open it," I said. His hands trembled before the seal was even broken. He read. Eyes darting, skin paling, throat tightening around a breath he couldn't release. Finally, he looked at me. "You don't understand." I didn't blink. "I understand everything." He broke first. Always the guilty ones do. Excuses spilled out. Stress, mistakes. It didn't mean anything. His mother gasped, clutching her pearls as though her performance mattered. The cousin looked away, red with shame that wasn't shame at all, only exposure. My daughter sat frozen. Her lips parted, but no words came. I stood, calm, controlled. "You made her stand outside," I said. My voice was steady, low, cutting through their noise like a blade. "In the cold, while you warmed yourself with lies." I turned to him. "You've lost the right to call yourself husband or father. Both titles are stripped tonight." His mouth opened, but nothing formed. Just silence. And in that silence, I left the envelope on the table like a gravestone. I walked my daughter out into the snow. Her breath trembled again, but this time she wasn't alone. The night was still sharp, but I felt no cold, only clarity. Betrayal doesn't scream, it whispers. It builds in shadows until you drag it into the light. I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to strike. The truth had already gutted him, deeper than anything I could deliver with my hands. As we stepped into the car, I looked back once. The window glowed with firelight still, but inside, no laughter, no toasts, only silence. A house of ashes, burning without flame. I closed the door, and I didn't look back again.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.